And we'll get started, and I'll let you know a little bit about what my idea for a class is this evening. We may have one more person joining in just a moment if she can get in there on time. So our mindful practice tonight is going to be bringing in the idea of rest. As I said in the note when I sent it over, I just realized my microphone was not where it needed to be. Hopefully you can hear me a little better now. As I said in my note with the link this evening, we're incorporating the theme of rest in our practice this week, but it's not so much maybe the traditional or purely literal form of rest. We will rest, and we will have times when we actually rest, but what I want to bring into our practice this week is the idea of finding a sense of rest even when you are moving through the poses. So this is a little more complicated, right? Because when we're standing up and we're using our bodies and we're using our muscles, we're thinking about what we have to do. And I'm giving you all kinds of instructions, right? I'm saying, drop this, move this, turn right, turn left. There's all kinds of things that you have to do. But most of you know what these poses are by now, and I'm giving you extra cues, sure. But what I want you to try to bring into the practice tonight is a sense of finding the rest in the pose. So we're going to practice kind of bringing that into our frame of mind through an opening posture of lying down on the mat and really bringing in our first entryway into rest in a modified corpse pose. So I've got a blanket roll here that I'm going to put under my knees, just so that it's a little different from lying out in a complete Shavasana corpse position. But it's not a whole lot different. I'm just going to put this under my knees, so it gives me a little sense of relaxation. And I'm going to go ahead and lay all the way down. So the idea for this practice this week, I don't know if any of you read the newsletter, but the idea came from what I experienced in my own mind and my own emotions when I took a couple of days off this weekend, which sounds pretty innocuous, sounds like it's not that big a deal. But I really struggled with it more than I thought I should have been. I struggled with the idea of, do I go ahead and push through? Do I show up? Do I do the work I'm meant to do? Or is it sometimes the harder thing to take that step back and offer yourself the space and time that you need? I know that some of you have reached out to me before practices, just said, oh, I'm just too tired. I can't do it tonight. And I always appreciate you letting me know. But more than that, I want you to feel that taking that time for rest is every bit as empowering, and it's every bit as important to your practice as pushing through and doing the thing you think you need to do. So I know I came back with the mindset this morning of feeling so much more ready for this week, so much healthier and so much more balanced. And so we're going to practice that and incorporate those ideas this evening. So go ahead and let your body settle down. quiet your mind by drawing your attention to the feeling of your body. The feeling of your physical body as it is drawn down to the mat. Just notice where you feel any tension, or if there's anything in the body that's presenting itself to you. In these next few quiet breaths, just take a little inventory of how you feel without any long descriptions or even needing to put a label on it. Just feel it. Use the sensation of touch, the beautiful sense organ that is your skin. And then once you've really tapped into all of the neural activity that's transmitting impulses around your body, see if you can imagine each cell in your body finding rest. Allowing your legs to rest. Allowing your shoulders to drop down and rest. Allowing your belly to fall down toward the mat and rest. Most important part, bring your mind to rest. Turn off the dialogue. Turn off the notes, the checklists, the little voice in your head. Allow your mind to rest. Rest is the most beautiful form of balance. And as you rest, you are honoring your body in a way that only you can do. So our affirmation for this evening will be, as I rest, I honor myself. As I take rest, I honor myself. Stay here for several more breaths. Go of the work and energy. Taking that step back. more breaths right here. Take a deeper breath in through your nose. Fill your lung cavity with air. Let that buoyancy float down to the base of your belly. Open it up. And then release it all the way out. If your eyes were closed, you can keep them like that if you like, but go ahead and bend your knees. Just going to push that blanket roll off of my mat. If you're using something for a prop, just press that out. We're going to extend the left leg down and we're going to bend the right knee and then let that right knee fall out to the right, and we're going to bring the right foot into the inner left thigh. So it's almost creating a number 4, or maybe you might consider it the same thing as a tree pose, but you're lying down. So just let your right knee drop out. Feel the stretch and release in the inner groin. 3 breaths here. And each time we make a transition to a new pose tonight, a new shape, a new form, reconnect just a little bit with that feeling of rest that we just created. All right, inhale. We're going to bring the right knee up. You're going to lift that right foot off of the mat, and with your left hand, grab your right foot. So you may be able to grab the big toe or the whole foot, and we're just going to guide the foot up to the top of the left thigh. So this is an opening for the hip. I'm letting my knee drop down to whatever position feels comfortable, and if this is too extreme for you, you can go right back to that initial opening. So I don't know if you can see this on the video well enough, but my left hand is holding my right foot, and the foot is sitting on top of the left thigh. Relax down through your hip. Let the knee just drop down. 1 more breath. And then inhale, bring the knee back up. Now we're going to take the right knee and cross it over the body. Left hand is going to come to the outside of the right knee. Right arm comes to a T off the shoulder. So a little supine twist here, bringing the right knee and leg over to the left. Feel that stretch now along the right side of the glute. Soften your right shoulder down. 2 more breaths here. As I rest, I honor my body in the highest form. To center, extend the right leg down the mat. We'll bend the left knee, and we're going to bring that left foot into the inner right thigh, drop the knee out to the side. So you also might think of this as a half bound angle or a half Baddha Konasana. So your left foot is reaching into the inner right thigh, left knee is dropping down to the floor. Rest and release through the hips. Let go of any other engagement that you're holding in the rest of the body. Find the rest in the pose. bring that left knee up. Lift the foot off of the mat. Right hand is going to reach down and grasp that left foot. Lay the foot on top of the right thigh and let your knee drop down. It's reaching toward the front of the mat or out to the side a bit. So this is a very different rotation of the hip. Again, make sure you're not going anywhere near pain. If this or any pose causes you pain, then please back off and find a suitable substitute. One more breath here. Right hand comes to the outside of the left knee. Left arm comes into a T off the shoulder and create that little supine twist now over to the right. Nice deep breath in. Release the muscles around the lower back and the glutes, the hip. Soften your left shoulder down toward the earth. One more breath. And then inhale. Come back up to center. Bend both knees. And we're going to go ahead and roll to one side. And from here, I'm going to come into tabletop. All right. The light's a little dim on these dark evenings, and then my notes in front of me are a little hard to see. All right, we're going to come into tabletop position and start warming the body up just a little bit more now. So check in with your foundation. Shoulders, elbows, and wrists are nicely stacked. Your navel is drawing up towards your spine, and your knees are directly underneath your hips. Take a deep breath in. Drop the belly down and gaze forward as you come into cow tilt. And then exhale. Bring the chin to the chest. Press the back of the heart up toward the ceiling for a beautiful cat stretch. Inhale and come to cow. Exhale and come to cat. Once again, inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. On your next inhale, come to a neutral spine. And then I'd like you to press back into child's pose. So just a little refresher about child's pose, because it is one of the key resting poses that we incorporate into the practice. So when you're in child's pose, you can just come down on your thighs and they can be directly underneath your belly. Or you could open those thighs up and just let your belly and chest come all the way down to the mat. So largely that's going to depend on how open your hips are and your comfort level at that position. So just find whichever version of child's pose, Balasana, works best for you. You can let the forehead come all the way down. You can feel the stretch underneath the armpits. But let's take a moment and see if we can reconnect with the idea of full body rest. We're going to take 3 or 4 breaths here. Find the rest. Find the ease in the pose where you're no longer striving. You're no longer doing. You're just being. One more nice breath here. And then come on back up to hands and knees. And we're going to curl our toes, lift the knees off the mat, and go ahead and walk your feet up to the front of the mat. We're going to come into a forward folding position. Feel free to use those blocks in any position that helps you reach the mat. I really recommend using blocks unless your hands comfortably reach, your palms comfortably reach the mat as you forward fold. If they don't comfortably reach all the way down, please bring your blocks into play so that you can palm the blocks, and this helps protect your lower back from overextending. You can soften your knees a little bit here too. Just let your head drop down. Take all of the control out of your neck and just let gravity pull the top of your head straight down toward the mat. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, and if you're comfortable enough, you can lift your hands off the supports and grasp each elbow, coming into a full ragdoll pose. Maybe sway slightly from foot to foot, feeling the shift of your weight, releasing more and more as you go. And then we're going to bring the hands back down to the support, slide them halfway up, come to a flat back position where your tail is pressing backwards, your tailbone, and your crown is pressing forward. So your back is flat, your navel is drawing in. And then exhale once again, forward fold. This time, come all the way up, root down through your feet, lift your arms up and overhead. Nice big opening morning stretch. Maybe even exhale into a slight back bend, feeling that stretch along the spine. Inhale, upward facing hands. Exhale and forward fold. Inhale, come on up again. Reach those arms back up and bring your hands down by your sides. We're going to practice one more resting pose before we really get going in our movement tonight, because I want you to think about how you can really drop into these poses as a form of rest. And remember, these are tools for you to use in any yoga practice, in any time that you need a rest. So as you're standing, mountain is your resting pose. And in mountain, we have our feet firmly on the ground. We have our arms by our sides. We're feeling the feet connect. In fact, lift up your toes. And then one by one, roll your toes down, the little toe back all the way to the pad of the big toe. Then notice the connection in your heel. And then the little lift in the arch in between those sections is where you are drawing energy and strength. Check in with your core. Feel the tailbone lengthen down. Arms are by your side and your chin is parallel to the floor. This is your mountain pose. Close your eyes for 3 breaths and reconnect with the idea of rest. Whatever that means for you, whatever you were feeling before. Take rest and honor your body. One more breath. All right, open your eyes. Lift your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale and fold. Inhale, come all the way back up. Nice deep breath carries the arms up and overhead, and then exhale, we're gonna step back with the left foot, coming into warrior two. So our first standing pose, again, check in with your foundation. Your left foot facing up toward the front of the mat or diagonal. Your right foot directly forward, your knee tracking right over your ankle. Energy is lifting you up as you find strength in the pose, dropping your shoulders down, and now reconnect with the sense of rest and ease. It's a little harder with these more active poses. We're actually using our muscles, but it's a state of mind. Hold it for one more breath. And then we're going to pivot on the right foot. Bring our feet parallel so that they're parallel to the ends of the mat. Hands come to waist. And then as we fold forward, we're going to exhale and let the head drop down, coming into wide leg forward fold now. You can always bring those blocks around with you if you need them to help you out in this particular position too. Take a deep breath in, flatten out through your spine, and then exhale, forward fold. Take another deep breath in, lift up and straighten your arms, and then exhale, forward fold. Come into a little twist here by placing the left hand down. Gonna lift the right arm up. Reach it up toward the ceiling as you twist your belly to the right. Excuse me. Exhale, right hand's going to come down, left arm sweeps out and up. Excuse me. Exhale, left hand comes straight down. Inhale, brings your hands back up to your waist. I don't know where that came from. And then we're going to come right back into warrior two. So bend your right knee. Once again, come right into your shape that you were before. One full breath. And then right hand is going to come to the top of your right thigh. Left arm comes up, reaches over, and then you're going to stretch that arm over the ear. Reach as far forward as you can with the left fingertips, but plant down through the outside of the left ankle. Make sure that you're not falling forward, but that you're rolling that left shoulder back. Nice deep breath here. Where's the rest in this pose? And then from side angle, we're going to bring that left arm all the way down. And then we're going to plant the left hand on the mat. You're going to pivot on the back foot and then come right into a lunging twist with the right arm reaching up. Perfect. One deep breath here. And then unwind with that right hand. It's going to come down on the right side, on the other side of your foot. Use your blocks if you like. And then we're going to lift that left foot right off of the mat, lift it up, come into a supported warrior three. And then on your next breath, if you wish, fold forward into standing splits. So lifting the left leg up. Stay here for 3 breaths. Square your hips if you can. Find your balance, find your equanimity. And then slowly bring that left foot down right next to the right. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach those arms up. Exhale, bring the hands down by your side. Take 1 breath in, mountain pose, just as we did before. All right, next time we're going to come to the other side, so we're going to step back with the right foot. Assume your position for warrior two. Open the arms out. Remember, we're going to hang out here for a minute or two. So find your ease, find the position that you can maintain. Think about your cues, think about what you need to do to get in the pose, but once you're there, don't overthink it. Don't overthink it, just feel it. Allow your shoulders to drop down. See if it's possible to rest in the pose. All right, next breath in, we're going to pivot on that front leg and parallel the feet once again. Hands come to the waist. And then exhale as we fold forward once again into Prasarita Padottanasana. Letting the head hang down. Inhale brings you up with straightened arms, reaching the crown of the head forward. Exhale bends the elbows back to fold. Inhale, lift and straighten the arms. Exhale, fold forward. Coming into the twist once again, left palm down, right arm comes out, twist your belly and heart to the right, lift that right arm up. Nice deep breath at the top of that inhalation, at the top of that reach rather. And then bring your right hand down, substitute it underneath your head. Left arm sweeps out and up. Beautiful twist here to the left. Exhale brings that hand right back down and fold. Inhale comes all the way back up. Bring your hands to your waist. Lift yourself up with the core. Bend your left knee forward, come right back into warrior two. One full breath here as we hold warrior two. And then on your next breath, we're going to bring the left arm, forearm right down on the top of the left thigh. Reach the right arm up first, and then you can bring it over the ear. So you have one beautiful long line from your right fingers all the way down to right ankle. Again, make sure you're not looking down or forward. Make sure that you're rolling that right shoulder back. And then see if you can settle into this one. One more breath. And then we're going to cartwheel the right arm down. Bring that right arm all the way down to the mat or block. Pivot on your back foot so that the heel lifts up and you sweep the left arm up, coming right into a low lunging twist. Again, one more full breath here. Unwind, bring that left hand down. The left hand now comes to the front. You're in a low lunge. We're going to shift forward, lifting the right leg up. With your hands on the blocks, you're coming into a supported warrior three. And then if you wish, you can fold forward over that front leg, lifting the right leg to whatever height is most available to you. It may be much lower. It may not be anywhere near a full splits, that doesn't matter. Find the rest in this pose. This is challenging. And then your right foot comes down. It's next to the left. We're going to inhale, come all the way up. Reach those arms up and over. And then exhale, hands down by your side. Take 3 full breaths here in mountain pose. Repeating to yourself, I honor myself. I honor my body. One more. All right, inhale, bring your arms up, reach them up and over. Exhale and forward fold. Inhale and lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, come all the way up. And bring your hands down. We're going to go through that sequence now in a more moving fashion. So we're going to do the exact same things that we just did. We're going to run through it on both sides, and we're not holding the poses quite as long. This will be more challenging, but I want you to see if you can still bring the idea of letting go and trying to find rest when you can. All right, so this is even more challenging in a moving sequence. So let's step back with the left foot. We're going to come into warrior two. One breath here. Pivot on the right foot. Hands come to waist. Forward fold. Inhale and lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Left hand down, right arm lifts up for twist. Exhale, right hand down, left arm lifts up for twist. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, hands come to waist. Lift up through your body. Come right back into warrior two, bend that front right knee. Right hand comes to right thigh, left arm reaches up and over, side angle. Left arm windmills down, hands come to the front of the mat. Pivot on your back foot. Low lunge to begin, and then shift forward onto the right leg. Use your blocks for support. Supported warrior three. Exhale, fold over your right leg if you wish. Left foot comes next to the right, forward fold. Inhale, lift up. Arms down by your side. 3 breaths in mountain pose. I honor my body through a balance of rest. All right, one more. And then we're going to step back with the right foot. Warrior two, facing the right side of your mat. 1 breath here. Pivot on the left foot. Hands come to waist. Forward fold with wide legs. Hands come down to the mat. Inhale, come up to fingertips. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, straighten your arms, come to fingertips. Exhale and fold. Right hand plants down, left arm inhales up to the ceiling. Exhale, left hand comes down. Inhale, right arm sweeps up for your twist. Exhale, right hand comes down. Inhale, hands come to waist, lift all the way back up. Bend your left knee, come right back into warrior two. Left arm comes to the top of your thigh, right arm reaches up and over the ear, side angle. Windmill that right arm down, face your mat, plant the right hand, pivot on the back foot, and then lift up for your lunging twist. Exhale, hand comes down to the mat. Shift forward, lift the right foot up. Press back for supported warrior three. And then exhale for standing splits if you wish. Right foot comes down next to the left. Forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Arms reach over. Exhale, hands by your side in mountain pose. 3 breaths here. Honor your body with the rest. from here, I'm going to lift the arms straight up. We're going to forward fold. And then we're going to step back into a downward facing dog, which we have successfully not done once yet in this practice. So step those feet back. Get a nice long stretch in your down dog. Feel the spine lengthening, lift your hips up. That feels good. All right, so in our downward facing dog, we're gonna bring the right foot halfway up the mat. So your right foot is halfway between where it started out and behind your right hand. All right, so it's not all the way up to the front. And then we're gonna come into a supported side plank. So to do that, we're just gonna pivot on our feet. We're gonna come to the side of the left foot. We're gonna leave that right foot right in the middle so it turns into a kickstand. And then we can bring the hand up to the waist. You can bring it up if you like. But feel the lift in your core here, but also notice that your right leg is offering you the support. Now, I'm gonna offer you the option. I'm not even probably gonna take it this evening, but you have the option of bringing that right foot around to the back and coming into a full side plank. This is work. I'm gonna try it on the other side, we'll see. All right, unwind, bring that right hand back. Slide the right foot back. Come down to your knees and let's all go into child's pose. 3 full breaths here. We're balancing the doing with the being. We're balancing the work and the rest. This is our lesson for this week. Everything is about balance. All right, come forward. Let's lift up, come back to downward facing again. 1 full breath here. Get a nice stretch. And then we're going to bring that left foot halfway up the mat again. So hopefully you could see and that made sense to you. I know I had you turn away from the camera probably on that first one. So with the foot halfway up into the mat, we're simply going to roll to the right side of the right foot. The left foot now pivots so that the toes are pointing off to the left. So we've got that leg kickstand in a kickstand position. But importantly, lift up through the right side of your core. So feel the ribs and the core lift you up. You don't want to sag down. You want to keep that part lifted. This is a core strength move, even in this supported variation. You would have the option, if you wanted to, of coming into the full side plank. 1 more breath. We're going to get to the rest, I promise. And then unwind, bring that left hand back down, drop your knees to the mat, and press back to extended child. 3 full breaths here. One more. Up forward from our tabletop position. We're going to come into a nice pigeon pose. Since we did some hip work earlier, this will be a good ending pose for us for the hips. If you have a blanket and you want to bring it nearby, we're We're going to start with the support on the right side. If it feels better with a blanket, you can always bring that blanket. So what I've done is I've just created a blanket that's 3-4 inches tall. And I'm going to bring my right foot forward. Right foot slides behind the left hand. We bring the right knee down. If you're using a blanket, it comes under the right hip. So the reason to use a blanket is so that you can feel your hips level. So when they're level, you can basically let go with your hands and you're not going to be swayed one side or the other. So if you're not level, then your hips are going to be askew and they're going to be pushing one direction more than the other, and that's not entirely good for you. So with the support in place, take a breath, and then you can fold forward as you're ready, bringing your forearms down if you like, or you can keep them up on your hands if you wish. And see if you can really reconnect now to that meditative feeling of resting. Now this is sometimes a challenge too in a pose like pigeon or other yin type poses, because your body is wanting to telegraph all kinds of information to you right now. It's saying how tight you are. It's telling you all those things you're feeling. But here's where you just need to take a step back, reassure yourself that you're safe, that you're supported. And see if you can find the rest in the pose. Through your hips. Let everything sink down. Three more breaths here. Bring yourself back up. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Slide your right leg back. Press back to a nice stretchy downward facing dog. Oof. That feels good. And then you can bring your knees back down again. Pull your blanket to the other side if you're using one. And then we'll set up this time by bringing the left foot forward. I always start with my left foot right behind my left hand, and then I bring my knee down so that the shin starts out parallel. Now, there's almost none of us will keep that shin parallel, but that's where you start. And then as you slide the right leg back, feel your left hip coming down. Make sure you use the support if you need to underneath it. Let that right hip flexor open up. And then you can start bringing your arms forward, coming right back into the resting position we were in before. Tightness you feel, use your breath to calm your body. tightness is just the body holding on, a little afraid to let go. I honor my body by taking rest. 3 more breaths here. Begin to lift yourself up. Let's press down into the palms. Slide your left leg back. Take one more nice downward facing dog. And then as you're ready, you can come down. Now, I'm going to suggest to those of you who have a bolster that we end up with a legs up position. So those of you that have done this with me before, 2 blocks in the front of the mat, a tall block, and then a short block in front creates your bolster support so that you've got a nice incline. If you don't have a bolster, I'm not sure if everybody does or not, but if you don't have one, then just lie down. You can come into that blanket roll position that we started with, or you can lie completely out flat. So this is all about Shavasana. It's your space. I'm just making a suggestion. So once you've got whatever variation in place that you'd like to do, the reason that I chose the legs up position is because it's considered a resting pose for the heart. This is called an inversion. Anytime the lower part of the body is higher than the heart and the upper part of the body, it's considered an inversion. And so because you're reversing the forces of gravity, you're reversing all of the pull on the body that we typically have during the day, it really relieves a lot of areas that have been working very hard, such as the heart. I mentioned in my newsletter this week that studies say that 1 in 3 of us are considered sleep deprived. We're not getting enough sleep, we're not getting enough rest. And we know just anecdotally that we push ourselves every day. Try to accomplish so much. Try to be productive. Sometimes when those things don't happen, it can feel as if we failed. Yoga teaches us the most important lessons there are. Listen to your instincts. Listen to the spirit within you that knows what's best. Rest shouldn't be a dirty word. Rest has got to be balanced with work. last few minutes. See if you can empty your mind of anything that you're telling yourself to do. And once again, connect to the rest of your soul. Begin to bring yourself back by bringing in a deeper breath into your body. If your legs were up, you can bring your feet down on either side of the bolster. Maybe lift your arms up, reach them overhead. Take a nice stretch. Inviting energy back into the body. And then go ahead and roll up. And as we reconnect together, let's lift our arms up. Reach them overhead. Take a nice deep breath in, filled with lovely energy. And then bring your hands down to the heart center, bowing in Anjali Mudra. May this practice remind you the importance of the balance of rest in our lives, both on and off the mat. You have a wonderful, calm, peaceful, relaxful evening. Om Shanti and Namaste. Thank you so much.